All right, guys, we're back. I just wanted to do a quick little kind of like an update episode of a few things that are going on, and some little events and situations that I think we last time we talked a lot about sort of specific foundational stuff, but I just want to talk about maybe a couple more current event things. So the first thing I want to talk about was this. This is a very popular news piece here, which is possibly pretty bad for crypto, but I don't think it's, well, I don't know, nobody can project, but this infrastructure bill was passed the other day. Was it like 1.2 trillion? How much was it? It was a huge amount. And so, do you know what the amount was on there?
I don't know the exact amount, but it was huge.
So,
it was for regulation.
There was like this midnight last minute clause in there saying that any transaction over $10,000 has to be reported, doxed fully with like social security number and all the verifiable information by the recipient. So essentially what that means is that like DeFi would be impossible and trading NFTs would be impossible because it would be so hard because crypto runs so anonymously, trading over wallets and trading across addresses instantaneously. For you to be able to do that, like I think what it sort of demonstrates is that the government doesn't even know what the heck they're talking about when they made this. Like, they just don't know what's going on. They don't understand it, period. So, but what I think will happen, and I think it comes into effect, is it 2024, 2023, like this part of it or something like that? It's a couple years down the road. I just think by then...
So we have a couple more years of the Wild West.
Woo! So, it'll be a while before this rolls out, and I think by then so many more people will be in the space and so many more people will know what's going on that they're going to be like, look, this is ridiculous, this can't go this way. And then probably the nature of the way exchanges work, everything's going to probably evolve so fast. So I think there's a tiny bit of bearishness on that news the other day. I know it's kind of old news by now, but I mean, I don't have a chance to do this up every day, these podcasts. But I wanted to mention the infrastructure bill was bad news for crypto in the moment. Long term, something to have on your radar. Who knows what effect it's going to have. You wanted to talk about these mayors, these crazy mayors who are getting paid in Bitcoin?
Yeah, so the mayor of Miami, I think about 6 months ago, if I'm incorrect. Sorry, we don't exactly cite our sources very well.
We don't do our research. We just go by hearsay.
But if you Google what I'm saying, I assure you the mayor of Miami has put Bitcoin on their balance sheet for the city budget. That's amazing. And I think he also, I don't know if he takes his salary in Bitcoin, but New York City's new mayor just announced a few days ago he is going to be paid in Bitcoin. And he wants to make New York City the mecca for crypto.
Which is really ironic. Which is really ironic because crypto is the most regulated in New York of all the states. It's like it's the hardest to buy anything there.
It is ironic because you can't even get certain coins. My buddy, he's a FDNY, is a fire department guy who's an amazing firefighter in New York. He cannot buy Chainlink. He can't buy Chainlink because his address, if you use a know your customer.
Yeah, there's the KYC thing, yeah.
KYC exchange, you cannot buy Chainlink, which in and of itself is restrictive. So they asked the mayor, maybe he can work to get some of those. Maybe
if he's positive in that regard, that might be a positive change for crypto in New York because New York is really behind. Like you can't get, I think Binance is one of the, and maybe the biggest crypto exchange in the world. Now the American version of it is very crippled because there's so many coins and so many things you can't do on Binance US, but still it's there. Except for I believe in New York you can't even sign on. So there's some pretty like crippling factors of the New York laws in regards to crypto. So that's kind of definitely a positive sign for New York. So
yeah, I think it's really good for New York actually.
What was up now? What was the next thing I wanted to talk about? So I think I've mentioned
Mimir?
this. What's that?
Mimir or Mimir?
Oh, I thought you said Bieber. Like, yeah, Justin Bieber's new NFT collection. If not, then watch it'll happen. Less specifically though, just gaming crypto, which is, I don't know if we mentioned that in a previous episode, but I just want to bring this concept onto line here for a lot of people, that gaming is sort of the next space. So if you look at the sort of the history of crypto, it was just having the token, having Bitcoin that was storable as digital gold. And it really didn't have much of a use case other than sort of the social contract that this has value. You have Bitcoin, it's valuable, right? It goes up in value because more people want it, and there's a limited supply, and so on and so forth. And then you had smart contracts with Ethereum, and you could do things with it. You can put a wallet on it. You can run other programs and services on it. You can run NFTs on it, which maybe I won't get into NFTs today, but because I want to sort of outline a lot of these basic concepts for listeners or viewers who might not understand how crypto works or runs, and I guess we're just going to put the pieces in together as we go. But what I was saying is that, your Bitcoin, which is the original sort of crypto, is a currency. It's a thing. We can use it. We can trade it. It can have value. It's on a blockchain. It has a location. You own this much of it, right? Then you have Ethereum, which had smart contracts, and then you had DeFi, and that means that you can stake your money and earn an interest return on it. So that was another decentralized finance was another sort of event in crypto or another sector. And the big one that's coming out now is gaming. And so gaming is something that I think anybody who's been on YouTube obviously has heard about, like the gaming crypto explosion, the Metaverse, what's his name? Zuckerberg. And so everybody's talking about it now. But what the significance is that I want to point out is that there are, and I don't, again, we're horrible. I'm horrible here at statistics and numbers. I don't have them in front of me, but like there are X billion gamers in the world, and out of all of them, only like a few million are online doing crypto games. Most of them are not online. So the amount that this is going to grow, the analogy that people are making is that it would be like if you're getting into gaming crypto now, it would be like getting into Bitcoin when it was $50. Or $100.
It would be like getting into Atari in 1982.
Yeah. So.
And then Nintendo.
Even better. So the point is that there are going to be a lot of projects that come and go, but from time to time here, I wanted to kind of focus on stuff that's on my radar, stuff that I think is gonna go places, stuff that I think has got a good chance to be one of those next big games in these metaverses that are coming out. So there's the Mark Zuckerberg metaverse where he apparently owns it, and then there's the alternate metaverse where we all own it together through these different games that all work and run together, and they run together on these different blockchains. So I did a profile on a game called Sidus Heroes, and that's another video. You can watch it somewhere. I'll link it at the end or something like that. But so that's I think a game that has a lot of potential, and it's on not a lot of people's radar. The tokens aren't out yet. The NFTs are out, but Sidus is interesting. And obviously we talked about Axie, or no, sorry, yeah, is that the one we talked about? Yeah, we talked about Axie, right?
Axie Infinity.
Yeah, and that's the biggest one. That's the game that everybody has started playing. I think Axie might be disrupted by this thing called crypto unicorns, which is something to check out. Now they have their
crypto unicorns?
Yeah, crypto unicorns. I'm on their whitelist. I don't know if there's a chance to get on their whitelist. This is getting more into the fray of actual crypto. You have to go on their Discord and you have to send enough messages to get on the whitelist. You have to spam their Discord. So to get on there, and then so you'll be able to mint some of their NFTs. But I do think crypto unicorns is a project that's worth looking at. I also wanted to mention this Mimir quiz, which you were about to say, and that is a quiz that was developed by a Nordic team, the Vikings. What are they called? Where are they from? Norway?
Denmark? The Vikings?
Swedish. They're Swedish. The Swedes, and they have this. Mimir is some character from Norse mythology, and I don't know the actual mythology behind it, but you can play the game for free. I don't know if it's released yet, but the Mimir token is out, and it's kind of just been sitting around. I don't think it's moved that much, but nobody knows about this yet. So their whole point is disrupting handheld phone games, trivia games. There's that HQ trivia game, and so this is going to be done all on the blockchain with their Mimir token. So anybody around the world can play this thing for free and start collecting Mimir tokens, which can have a real world value. You can see the implications of how humongous that can be. To play a trivia game on your phone that you don't have to pay to play, that you can earn money doing, and anyone can just download it in any country of the world and just go. So I think the potential there is staggering if they get it working. I've listened to a couple interviews with the CEO, and I think he knows what he's doing. So I think their team looks pretty smart, pretty.
Yeah, you're not going to need to go on Jeopardy anymore. You can win money right on your phone.
They have staking projects where you can stake your coin against the other player, and it's play to win. So they do have competitions like that on the game. They're going to have there's different ways to play it, I think. So we'll see what happens. So I wanted to mention those couple of projects. There's many gaming projects out there that are coming onto line, and there's so many we could talk about. I just wanted to bring it up. I just wanted to talk about those few things. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
Can I talk about staking really quick before, because you touched on it for a second? Mm-hmm. Binance Pancake Swap.
Yeah.
You can stake your cake in the syrup pool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, fun names. It compounds daily.
I know people were making a lot of money. I don't know if they still. I don't know what the current rates are, but people were making ridiculous amounts of money on that.
I'm on it. I started. I meant to tell you earlier. Big bombshell dropped in the middle of the show, but staking is going to banks. How are banks going to compete with this? How?
Yeah, well, it's disruptive.
Why would I keep my money in a bank when I can stake it
mm-hmm.
and make 1 or 2% a day that compounds on itself every day? It's like, it blows my mind. And people think it's like, that aren't in the space and have never experienced the gains. They think it's like I don't know what they think. Once you start getting into it, it's just unbelievable what a scam banks are. I'm sorry.
Careful.
I know.
Don't want to get the chance. Don't want to get the channel closed. If I ever get to monetization, we don't want banks to be like, well, we're not running our ad on this one.
What are they doing with my money? So let's say if the Capital One's having $10,000 with my money and they're giving me back like 30 cents a month on that 10 grand. What the hell are they doing? Excuse my French. What are they doing with my money?
Yeah, absolutely.
At least if I stake it on Pancake Swap, for example, or stake it in Ethereum, or Algorand is 4% back, right? Or Tezos, 4.63%.
The big one that's coming out now is the Elrond, the e-gold on the Mimir exchange. That's a whole new thing.
I got to go off and get that.
That's coming up right away. Yep. So okay, that's interesting. I just wanted to touch on some of these projects, some of these current events, just like little things that have been kind of in the news right now. I hope I didn't confuse the heck out of everybody, but I just wanted to at least, bring some of those projects up that were on my mind. And I think we can do a format too of a little bit maybe in the future of bringing up some current stuff and then talking about some foundational stuff too.
Yeah.
So cool. Did you have any other ideas to add or any other projects to add, that anything else that you were looking at or working with or thinking about?
You mean for today, right now, our podcast, or in future?
For today, right now, on our podcast, like anything else, any other current coins or any other current news events that you can think of right off the top of your head?
Yes. So NFTs, Chiliz.
Okay.
I'm not plugging this, but what I'm saying is there's enormous potential with this. The reason is it's sports NFTs.
Okay. Tell me more about this.
Yeah. What's going to happen with baseball card trading and sports trading, and the love of sports is so huge that they are, I believe I've read a few months back, they're in collaboration with either the NFL or the major sports leagues to start to come together. This is going to be a thing. I'm telling you, it's like, oh, fantasy football, what? No. NFTs so Chiliz.
Spell
it's like a red symbol.
Yeah. It's CH.
Have you heard of it?
Yep. It's on Coinbase, right?
Yeah, I think there is enormous potential for this company, for this project with NFTs.
CHILLIZ, right?
CHILITZ.
CHILLIZ, I think it is. I'm not on my.
It's got a Z at the end.
At the end, yeah.
Chiliz.
It's the one. It's
Chiliz. Not the restaurant Chiliz.
Not the restaurant. Chiliz. Okay. And I almost forgot. one more major mini project I think is going to be huge. Mini because it's like cheaper than Shiba or whatever the hell it is. It's UFO the Truth. Remember? Did you buy any of that yet?
I tried.
Okay, so
and
now
when I went to I ran into. I was actually doing it with Greg. Greg's daughter and I sat down, and she's into crypto. She loves it. She's young, and we tried to do this together. We were online. She was on her laptop. I was on mine. It did not accept either of our credit cards to be. You have to convert money first. You need MetaMask. You need a wallet.
Let's talk about. I'll just talk about what UFO is real quick, and then we can talk about getting it. So UFO is like a decentralized community, and if you look at their website, it's pretty cool, and they have some games that are being built on it. So it's called the Dark Metaverse. I guess that's what they refer to it as, and so it's a decentralized community metaverse, and they have a whole bunch of functionality within the UFO environment, and their Twitter is really popular. Their Discord is really busy. There's a lot of support. It's a big community that's growing, and because it's decentralized like that, and because it's sort of community based, I think there's a big chance for it to phone alarms going off. There's a big chance for it to really grow, and I don't even know what the market cap is. This is horrible because I'm not in a computer looking at stats, but it's still pretty micro cap, I believe, and it's still really small and off the radar. Now, before it was on, you were trying to get it on Uniswap, or where were you trying to get it?
Oh, I was trying to get it on Mexi.
So I got it on Mexi. So here's what I did. As Americans have a lot of problems if you're a U.S. resident, again, as we've said before, especially in New York and other states, but buying a lot of these coins that are new, it's hard to find them, it's hard to get them, but it is available on Mexi, and now it's available on Gate.io. But what I did was, that's another new one, but there's a lot of coins coming out on Gate.io. This gets really confusing because people are like, I'm just starting out, how do I open a Coinbase account? Well, great news, there's a lot more than Coinbase out there. It gets a lot busier, bigger, and more complicated than just that one exchange. But so for UFO, it's like 0.0000029 cents, right? So it has this room to just do this Shiba Inu thing, like to grow up millions and millions. And it's a meme coin too, which is cool. It has the UFO look. It's trendy. It's cool, but it does have the community support. So there's there's a huge amount of functionality behind this project. It's not just another fancy name and picture in the cryptoverse. So you go on Mexi, and you can sign up for an account there as a U.S. resident. And as soon as you fund your Mexi account, you can easily just buy it. You can easily just swap it out there for USDT. So you have to get USD Tether.
But to swap to USDT for newcomers to the space, it helps to open up a MetaMask, which is a crypto wallet, before you even start to do the exchange on MetaMask. So on Mexi. So you can just link your wallet in. If you go and try to do Mexi first and buy it, you can't just convert the money. You need to connect to a wallet. So for anybody that doesn't know about wallets,
we can cover that in another. Yeah, I don't know if you want to get into that. Go ahead. Yeah, you want to get into that?
Well, that's just like your cold storage of your crypto, basically, because it's a certain succession of words that are your keys to get in. So only you have that. So
I was able to do it without a MetaMask wallet, though. Like Mexi it's a centralized exchange. You just log in and you just fund your account. So,
it stopped us. I wonder if because you're in a different state, are there state-to-state laws about that?
I don't think so. Not with those guys. I think those guys are just like Wild West, like shoot 'em up trading accounts.
Did you just use? That's crazy. Did you just use like your debit card?
I transferred money from another address into my Mexi. So what you do is you have your account, you pull up your assets, and you pull up your USDT, and it has a receiving address. So you take that, your wallet, each currency in your Mexi has a receiving address. So what your USDT address, you copy that string, that ZBD, XYB, it's like a bunch of letters and numbers, right? Your wallet address. And I sent it from another account where I had USDT, and within 3 to 4 minutes, I had the funds, and then I went to spot trade it, which is just swapping one currency for another, and I just took USDT, and I bought some UFO, and I also bought some sand. Oh my God, I don't even want to talk about the sandbox. Let's leave that as the clincher. The sandbox we'll talk about next time, because that's another whole story.
Yeah, that's a cliffhanger.
That is a
Sandbox.
cliffhanger. But you can get UFO now. So if you know what, here's the thing. This whole thing is new, and what we want to do is we want to have people. Oh, there's our guest star. We want to have people asking questions. So if you don't understand what we're talking about here, and if I talk too fast and ramble on, then ask me questions in the comments. Ask us questions in the comments if you want to do some of this stuff. If you want to buy some UFO, how do I do this? Like, let me know, we'll maybe make another video on that or something like that. More specific tutorial. I can do that outside of these little chats that we have. So anyways, yeah, I wanted to bring up those topics, and I think I covered everything I wanted to cover, and then next time we can talk about Sandbox.
That was amazing. I really wish that you were here the other night when we were trying to buy
I'll show you how to do it.
UFO.
It's not a big deal. It's not a
I
big
need
deal.
your guidance, Aaron.
Well, it's on
blind
Gate
without,
now.
like-
You can either open an account on Mexi or on Gate.io. You don't have to use Uniswap, which is very expensive. Use Uniswap because Ethereum fees are very expensive. We could talk about Ethereum gas fees another time.
You don't want to pay $195 in Ethereum fees for a $100 purchase? What's wrong with you? You're so crazy.
I bought some low effort punks, LEPs, and they only cost like 0.01 ETH. They're like these NFTs of these hilariously goofy drawn punks, and you buy them, and the actual punk itself is $40 worth of Ethereum. Well, 50 now, I guess, whatever Ethereum's costing, and then the gas fee's 150. So it's like the actual digital NFT costs 1/3 of the gas fee.
Wait, let me understand this. So your NFT, if you buy it for $40 and then Ethereum goes up, it actually increases your NFT in value as well.
Of course, yeah, you get a compound effect. So if you bought an
that I did not know. I think
that's how
this,
so many kids in their mom's basement became millionaires this year buying NFTs, because the price of Ethereum like tripled, and they bought stuff that was 1 Ethereum back when Ethereum was affordable, and now it's 5 Ethereum, and the price of Ethereum tripled. So they're sitting on some stupid picture of a punk that's worth $500,000 that they paid like, I don't know, $200. I don't know the numbers, but
I better get a basement. I mean, I don't know. My 13-year-old he plays games online, but he doesn't do NFTs. He's on you know what's really popular with kids too is Steam. Teenagers play Steam.
Steam is saying,
do you know what
Steam, the video game company? Yeah, they're saying they're not gonna allow NFTs. That's a whole other, and they're
what?
Yeah, that was a whole news story the other day, a week or two ago. So, and now that's gonna get into another. We have too many clinchers here. That's gonna get into another can of worms about the controlled metaverse versus the open metaverse, which everybody's kind of discussing. Like Mark Zuckerberg is like the evil metaverse that we don't want to take over, and then we have our open community metaverse, and that's Steam. Like the video game companies who own everything, they kind of don't want this new open decentralized metaverse because it doesn't benefit them financially if everybody owns their property. You're not just renting a space.
We got to talk more in depth about
Let's talk about that. So there's our 2 or 3 cliffhangers. There's our 2 or 3 cliffhangers for next time. Okay, Danielle, it's great talking to you again.
You too. Take care. Bye.
I hope somebody got something out of this crazy rant. Okay, later.